Well, hey family, how are you doing tonight? I'm Eve with the baby's booty, and although we're starting this show off just a little bit different, we're going to
How would you define luxury? Your purchase.
you might as well play it. Go ahead and play it. It doesn't hurt anything. Who wants to be sensualized?
How would you define luxury? Your purchase of our rhinestones has put extravagance right at your fingertips. Here at the Baby's Booty, we are taking the standard of luxury and bringing it directly to you. Introducing the perfect companion to your luxe rhinestones, the Baby's Booty ice boxes. Our ice boxes are in the perfect sizes to complement your order. Each color in your purchase will be labeled and packaged in these elegant acrylic boxes, ready to display your luxury stones for everyone to see. The Baby's Booty ice box, where our bling is the finer thing.
Now that you guys have gotten your sensualization in for the night, we might mess with you a little bit again later. But for right now, we're starting this off a little bit different. We're going to uh, begin with working on a shirt. And the reason why I've decided to do it this way, instead of sitting in front of the camera until I'm done with this, I will. This is a project that my daughter and I worked on together tonight, and I'm excited about making it. And I didn't have time to make it before the show, so we're going to make it now. And then while we're doing this, we're going to take a page out of my good crafty friends book and have a crafts and conversation. So I want to first of all appreciate and show my appreciation rather for everyone who has joined us tonight. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. I know you could have been anywhere else tonight, but you're in here with us and we definitely appreciate it. So if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up, we would really want to express our gratitude. Now, this same crafting combos friend has gotten me on this SS6 train, and I'm having a little bit of trouble with some of this SS6 peeling out, but I think I'll be able to get it once I turn this over and press it to the back of this flock. But at any rate, I'm ready to do a shirt and talk to you guys about making this money, because there are some of you who have wanted to leave your jobs so that you can make your own money off of your crafting. And if that's the case for you, go ahead and put a thumbs up or a wave in the chat. Something to let us know that this is applicable to you and something that you're dreaming of doing, have dreamed of doing, or are in the process of wanting to get that done. Please let us know if this applies to you, because I understand we did a whole class with the Crafting for Profit camp on making money after retirement, earning income after being retired. And that's a real thing. It's a real goal that a lot of people have. And it's something that I was fortunate enough to be able to accomplish. But keep in mind, I did have support. I did have support. And I don't want to, definitely, I don't want to diminish the fact that there are many who don't have that support system, whereas I did. Not saying that you can't do it without the support system, but I'm basically saying that to give a extra shout out to my husband, because I know for a fact there were times where money was really, 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 really tight while we were waiting on things to come through. And yet, as a trooper, the trooper he was still very supportive of me and my crafting. So definitely want to give a shout out to Mr. McQuackins for that, because he didn't have to. He could have, said, "No, ma'am, you gonna go back to work." Period. Uh-oh, I must have put these too close. But he could have said, "No, ma'am, you're going back to work." Period. That's a wrap. You know, we ain't playing those games. But he didn't. He was very kind and considerate with that. So I definitely want to thank him for that. But for those of you who don't have that support system, how do you make it work? How do you get that to go through? Because it's a big move when you're used to that 9 to 5 working for the man, and you have a stable income, a regular paycheck. It is intimidating to walk away from that and rely solely on yourself, especially if your 9 to 5 or 10 to 12 or whatever your time frame is with your job, especially if it comes with benefits, healthcare, retirement, all that jazz. So, one thing's for certain: if you have any form of retirement saved up, um, from your job, that's a big help. That's another form of help, because at least you will have something. It may not be $1 million worth that you can siphon off of, but it is something that you can use to get your basic needs covered. Make sure you're not starving, in other words. You know what I'm saying? Your rent, your mortgage, and things like that are paid. But at the same time, your crafting, you want it to carry you. And we're aware of that. So that's why tonight, instead of doing another project that might or might not generate income, let's talk about what's stopping you from creating your income stream, your revenue stream, and figure out what that roadblock is and move it out of the way. Or at least get a path that you can detour around it a little bit to try and get your dreams to become a reality even faster. That's the topic for tonight. And it's a little bit of a heavy topic. I'm aware of that. And it's, not heavier than anything else we've talked about here on this channel, but it is something that's a reality for the majority of my viewers. It's no secret that a lot of the viewers that come here on this channel are older, not old, but older. So we've got anywhere from age 40 on up to 70s, and even a couple of 80s, which I'm very impressed with that, with those who are hanging in there with their crafting and trying to make money off of it, even at a much older age, so to speak. So we're here for all of you guys. We're here to encourage all of you and to give you ideas and to cheer you on your journey to, making money with your craft. So what are some of the common things that stop you from walking away and earning an income, earning money off of just yourself? What are, if you wouldn't mind, now this is going to be kind of like an interactive type situation where we're relying on the input from those of you guys in the chat. And so help me, if I had a way to, get some vocal input, I would. This thing is just, Patrice, me and you gonna fight over this SS6. I pushed the blade in even more and it didn't cut any better. So I got to figure out this SS6 thing. It depends on, like, if it's on this side, it cuts and weeds perfectly, but on this side it doesn't. And I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But at any rate, that has nothing to do with the question. What are some of the things that stop you? Marketing, going live and my appearance and also fitting in with everyone. Lena Doyle, congratulations on being a member here on the channel for a year. We definitely appreciate it and we'll ring the bell for you. Holler! Yes. You're excited for the SS6 right now. Me and weeding these dots out is not excited. It's holding me up from making my shirt. Um, I don't know where to start with marketing. That's a good concern. When I'm here to tell you that a lot of your marketing is right there in your hand in most instances. Your cell phone is going to be your biggest resource for marketing, and it's free. It is definitely free, and we'll talk about that. Lack of finances for now. I'm putting 3 kids through college. So Victoria's Creations, honey, on that aspect, you have a major responsibility that still needs to be handled. So with that, I would not be the one. It wouldn't be responsible of me to stand here and say, okay, well, it doesn't matter. Let them kids spend for themselves, and you quit your job. No, them babies need, college is tough as it is. Woo! And it's tough for grown folks. They're still trying to get their student loans forgiven or whatever the case may be. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna tell you that. Navigating social media, Regina, girl, I'm right here with you on that, but it still can be done. Um, Going live and nervous. I have my new toys, but finding, where are you? I just saw it and now it's gone. Oh, there it is. Jacqueline Smith. But finding time is my struggles. And that's a lot of hours. I know that's a personal problem for me because I take on a lot. And in taking on a lot, I end up without a lot of time. Then let's see, scared of doing lives and really making myself vulnerable to do videos or live. So, Michelle C, you're actually interested in going the YouTube route and earning revenue with that. And I won't sugarcoat anything in regards to this. I'm sure you've seen some YouTubers who rise to fame really quickly, and then some who have a slower route. I know for me, I prefer the slow and steady, but I have my own personal reasons for that. So for you, YouTube is a valid way to make money, but it's not the source of income that some people think it is. A lot of the income from YouTube comes not from YouTube, but from your sponsorship, so to speak. So, like for instance, earning a revenue from affiliate links and stuff like that. Sonia says the husband cannot work anymore after his massive heart attack. I am the only one. First of all, I am so sorry to hear about a massive heart attack. I am definitely a heart advocate, heart care awareness advocate, because of a personal experience I had. So I, not me personally, but a dear friend of mine, so who is no longer with us. But I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, that's another major responsibility that again does make it difficult to walk away. So before I get into that, I wouldn't mind doing YouTube's, TikTok, or IG lives. And again, yes, all of that is available. It can be done. You can make some money from it, but don't let the smooth taste fool you. It's not, the revenue is not all it you would think it would be. So there's that. But let's go back to the fact of having to keep the job for whatever reason. So say for instance, those with the children in college still, or those who don't have anyone else to help with income, um, due to illness, death, or whatever the case may be. You can still earn a revenue off of your crafting and let it be the side hustle, although I know it's difficult to um find the time to do the crafting. So that's where you would need to be strategic in how you move around with getting your crafting out there. So, for instance, if you are working full time, but you want to make shirts, you got DTF and or got a DTF machine and you want to make shirts. You don't have anybody else to run the DTF machine. You don't have anybody else to take the orders. You don't have anybody else to press the shirts. And you don't have anybody else to run those errands that you need to run when you're trying to get an order of shirts out. So in that case, you'll have to be strategic. Maybe that's an instance where you might want to look into sourcing the DTF transfers outside, and that eliminates a step from you having to print the DTF transfers. Order them in house, especially if it's a very large order. That's where I found that sometimes an outside source can save you a lot of time and headache in getting those orders out faster instead of you having to wait on the DTF to print, powder it, cure it, get it all out, blah, 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 order the shirts, blah, blah. You may want to look at doing that route. Or you also could look into sourcing out your DTF order or your t-shirt order rather to maybe possibly a trusted colleague who does shirts on the side. There are companies out there. I cannot remember the name of the company that I was enrolled with at one point, and then I canceled my membership because I wasn't taking in enough orders for them. But if you find yourself taking in a lot of orders or you are faced with a lot of orders, you could even sign up with a company that will refer you to other companies that will make the shirts for you, ship them to your customer, and all you're doing is taking the payment. And that company, when they refer you to the other fulfillment company, the price is less than if you were to go find them yourself. Lay that flack on your cutting mat, rub it briskly. Yeah, I was doing it there. And because these are SS6 holes and they're closer together, I don't want it to tear my flock any more than me standing here. We can see I've already started tearing it. You see that? So if you put it on a mat that is already sticky, and then you try to pull this off with those holes that close together, then it will rip it the rest of the way. And that's definitely not what I want. In addition to that, if depending upon how sticky the mat is, and you pull it off, it will stretch the template as well. So that's the main reason actually why I don't use my flock on a mat without the white backing, because I don't want to stretch my rhinestone flock design. Linda Gray, fear of success is very valid. Very valid. And the reason why I say it's very valid is for the exact reason is what I'm mentioning now about, you end up getting a large order of shirts, and now all of a sudden, or you get a lot of orders, and now all of a sudden you're faced with having to work. Now you were supposed to leave your job so that you wouldn't have to work, and now all of a sudden you're having to work. How does that work, so to speak? And it can be intimidating because now you're facing a deadline, you're facing a pressure of filling orders, you're facing like for instance, having to, like what I'm doing now, having to tell customers, hey, I got your orders, the orders are coming, just be patient. But the customers are still emailing, still asking, especially when I've posted on Facebook and said, hey, the orders are being processed. This is when they're going out. We should have the majority of the orders out by Monday, Tuesday at the latest. And you'll get notification as soon as it ships. It doesn't matter, they'll still email and say we need a status update on our order. I'm not mad at that because I like status updates on my orders when I order things. But when it's a small 1 or 2 man show that's filling these orders, and you're wanting me to stop filling orders and answering email, well, you could be stopping me from filling your order. because you want me to answer an email right away and let you know what the status of your order is. Again, I'm not upset with that. That's fine. I have no problem with doing that when I have a moment to stop and answer. But just keep that in mind, folks. I haven't cheated anybody yet that I'm no, I haven't. Um, so I won't be doing that to you. So, and I'll let everybody know when all orders go out so that you can, if you're concerned that maybe your order was missed and I say, hey, all orders have been shipped out and you didn't get a notification. Well, then, yeah, we definitely need to talk. But at any rate, that is a measure of success that, yes, could you would be facing because you have to fill orders now. You have to be responsible for orders that you're taking from people. Dottie P says she always struggles knowing what to charge. She doubts her abilities and have physical limitations from injuries. Also, in a very rural area, I can't stream or do things like that. And fortunately, Dottie P, you don't have to stream. That's the good thing about especially TikTok and Instagram. Those platforms make it really easy to do like reels, which are super quick clips, small size clips that still show up super clear and look really good. um and you can utilize that to advertise for you as well. So, going back to those who might have to still work, just don't be discouraged. Just utilize, again, the resources that you may have around you to help lighten the load in getting that order done. Now, if you are doing something where you feel like you absolutely have to do it yourself, then that's where the entrepreneurial thing comes into play. And like as seen on Shark Tank, now I don't know if you watch Shark Tank or not, but as seen on Shark Tank, they're like, they want to know, have you quit your job yet? Why is this not your full-time job? I'm not saying quit anyway and make it your full-time job, but keep in mind you have to maybe get up an hour earlier, or you may have to stay up an hour later. You have to hustle and you'll have to sacrifice it. That's one thing about success. If you want to be successful, you have to sacrifice something. You will have to sacrifice something. Peace, whether it be peace, whether it be time, whether it be energy, whether it be intimate moments, whether it be whatever, entertainment, you have to sacrifice something. Sheila says, I find it hard to commit to making this my job, never knowing how I'm going to feel from one day to the next. Now, I know that for a fact is going to be a limitation for a lot of us because, again, as I mentioned earlier, this is an older crowd and we all suffer from one form of ailment or another. I know myself personally with fibromyalgia as well as rheumatoid arthritis. So I know there are days I can't even make it out of the bed. I'm just stuck in bed. Fortunately, that hasn't hit me during buy-in shipping season yet, but it can happen. So when it does happen, it would make it tough if I did not have support. So support can be critical in instances where you get but so big. And in those instances, you may have to look outside and hire. Um, Someone did mention that they did earlier in the chat before the show even started that she didn't go to the craft show because she was intimidated and wasn't sure that she would be successful if she went. And that's one other big one other big thing that will stop you from making money if you don't take a chance. You need to take chances. And I'm not saying just take any chance, take a smart, calculated chance. And I tell this story quite often of how I took a chance and it did not turn out well because I did not take a smart, calculated chance. I should have consulted with my husband, who is very experienced math wise, and he's very astute with crunching numbers and calculating numbers and things along those lines. And he's had his own business for almost 30 years now. So why I would not have consulted with him is because I thought he would not be, interested in helping me figure out how to make money. and I was very wrong. But going back to what I was mentioning before, I took a chance, and it wasn't a smart, calculated chance. So I did a craft fair, so to speak. It wasn't it, and it's crazy because I was the only vendor. I was the only vendor. It was my cheer team. They had a show, or a tournament, or whatever you call it, and I was the only person there selling shirts, selling merchandise, selling anything. And I took the chance and ordered shirts that I thought would work for that event in the sizes and the colors. And wouldn't you know, when I get there, it's not the sizes and the colors that everybody wants. Now, I will say I did make some money. It wasn't a complete bust, but the problem is you have to make sure of the environment that you're going into, make sure that what you are offering is going to be flexible enough where it will appeal to a larger crowd of people. And one of the other big things I learned, just because I like it doesn't mean that everybody else will. So when you invest a whole lot in inventory, it can be challenging. So trying to find a way to have some quick things on hand, like for instance, um what is it called, like DTF that's already made, and you can press it on the side shirt that the person wants, or having bling templates already pressed, already on the transfer tape, sitting off to the side. And that way, if they want that, pull out the Cricut Easy Press, press it to the shirt, and go on about your business. So there's other ways to do it where you're not making up a whole bunch of bling shirts and they be the wrong size, they be the wrong color, when it would allow you to have some um variety there. Do you need to have a license locally where you live to get started? Joanna, that's a question that would need to be asked to your local governmental authorities. So each area is different. In a more rural area, they may not care whether you have a business license or not. But in a big city, like for instance, New York City, you may have to have several licenses. I don't know because I don't live up there. But you want to check with your local laws and regulations to find out what exactly is needed to legally operate a business, and make money. Let me go back up because Mr. McCrackens had um, starred something, but now I don't see it. EJ's daughter says she mainly only do high schools. That's very smart. I teach you guys, or I've mentioned to you guys many times, start with your local school, especially if you're a grandparent or a parent of a child that's already in a school system. Join the PTA, get on the PTA committee, find out what they can do. They love PTAs, love to make money. So you could say, hey, we could do a do shirts and sell shirts, and you be the one to make the darn shirts and make that extra money off of it. If that's not a conflict of interest, you would have to check with the committee. But there are ways to promote, and school spirit is major in every school I've ever attended, from elementary attended or visited, from elementary, middle to high, even college. School spirit is a huge thing. So if you get in good enough with the principal or with the dean or the chancellor, then you very well could be a source where you can sell your shirts, even though that's not something that's normally offered any other time. Or even if you don't have children or grandchildren that attend a school nearby, you can just check with the local school that's nearby and say, hey, look, I do blah blah blah. Take a sample, give a couple of teachers some bling shirts. Would you like to have more bling shirts? I can make them. Blah 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 blah. School spirit. It's available. The niche is there. You also have your local dentist office. Sometimes they'll like to dress up and be pretty. Your local police office, your local beauty salons, there's a lot of businesses around you. I don't care where you live. You could be in the sticks and in the boonies. The local convenience store. Every city rural has a Dollar General. You know, you could check at the Dollar General, see if they want a blinged out Dollar General shirt. I'm just saying, you have a lot of options available to you. You just need to know where to look and know how to promote yourself and to be creative. Stitching Studio, thank you so very much for the super chat. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes, I appreciate it. And if you have a comment that you would like for me to mention or comment on, you can just re-put it in the chat for me. I apologize making you have to type it again. But I am weeding these dots out and I'm looking down at it and I'm trying to pay attention to what Mr. McQuackins is putting up on the screen, but that gets kind of difficult when you're working, when we're trying to accomplish something and not looking up at the screen. So going back to having a fear. Having a fear is a natural thing, and I don't ever want you to beat up on yourself for being let me start this. Okay, you already did. Okay, so I don't ever want you to be frustrated at yourself for having a fear. Fear is a natural response that we as humans have to protect ourselves when there's a risk of loss of one form or another. It's natural. There's nothing wrong with that. However, fear also can be the reason to hold you back from being able to do something that could be beneficial to you. So, that being the case, just keep that in mind and understand that fear probably didn't hold you back from getting your driver's license. Fear probably didn't hold you back from getting on an airplane for the first time. Fear probably didn't hold you back from having your first child. There's a lot of fears out there. But the thing is, at some point, you got to pull your big girl pants on and say, you know what? I can do this. It's going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, what's the worst thing that can happen? You don't sell much of anything and you got to figure stuff out again. That's fine too, because you're learning from experience. I don't agree with the term that something is a failure. I don't agree with that because my grandfather taught me that a situation is not necessarily a bad situation. It's just a situation where you learn from the experience and grow from the experience. That is exactly what he taught me, his children, which includes my dad, and family members, because he had several businesses. And if you attended my um speech that I did in Charlotte back in September, you heard a good bit of my grandfather's story about several of the businesses that he had. Most of them worked out great, some of them didn't. And a lot of them did or didn't for many different reasons, not all the same reasons. So it's a learning experience anyway. So take that learning experience and benefit from it one way or another. Either learn to not make certain mistakes again, or learn that, hey, that worked out pretty darn good. Let me try that again. And so that's where you want to go with that, to improve and use that experience to catapult you into going on and making that money. I did see, thank you, Andrea T. I appreciate you posting that about the DTF in the group as well. That was appreciative. Pricing where people will pay because people don't value your time. Design with love. You're absolutely correct. Not sure if this has been mentioned, but talk about to the athletic directors of the schools. American Eagle Embroidery and Graphics. First of all, hey honey, how are you? It's good to see you. And second of all, that's an amazing idea. Amazing. Athletic directors for the schools goes right hand in hand in with the school spirit. All right. And then apprehension, is it fear apprehension? I appreciate that comment too. Mr. McQuackins, is it possible for you to leave the stars up? The crafty Puerto Rican says, I'm still trying to figure out how to sell and promote my items out there. Etsy is not working for me. The crafty Puerto Rican, Etsy is not working for a lot of people, But what I will say is sometimes the most, how can I put this? The most looked at platform may not be the best platform. I think. Is that the way I want to say that? Let me think if that's how I want to say that. Because what I've learned is from doing research, Mr. McCrackens and myself have been doing extensive research on Etsy, in trying to decide if that was a move we were going to make at one point in time. And while I have had an Etsy shop for many years, I shut it down a few years ago prior to COVID because it wasn't working for me either. And what I learned, as many people are aware, that Etsy kind of has unfair promotional advantages where, I mean, if you pay enough, they'll promote anybody. But what happens is just because you're promoted doesn't mean people are going to buy, right? So you have to pay and then they're not buying. So then you're losing money. And Etsy doesn't care. They're still getting their check from you because you're paying for ad revenue fees or whatever the case may be. So in that instance, lean more heavily on your own um, website instead of worrying about Etsy and using them. I would keep the store open only because there's, kind of some generic traffic that you're going to get anyway, because it is a platform where people will search for certain things. Like, for instance, you have quite a few rhinestone templates that are great. I love your rhinestone templates and the ones that you created so far. So I wouldn't take those down off of Etsy because people do go on to Etsy and do a search for rhinestone templates. I know I send people to Etsy and tell them to go look at rhinestone templates on Etsy. So that being the case, I know traffic is there, but focus more so on getting your traffic to flow to your website, and keep promoting it that way, um, and send people there because you should keep all your money, honestly. You gave me an idea during the class to do a bling party. I'm working on how to go about it. Oh, that's pretty. Um, that's a good thing to do. I can give basic information here. You were in the class though, so more detailed information was given there. But at the end of the day, you pretty much want to source rhinestones in bulk so that you're saving money. Then when you get them, you split them up into individual containers of rhinestones that your party goer patrons will use. And then you will give them templates and let them bling their own templates and designs and such. So that's how you would go about doing that. And I'm sure I could have explained that a lot better. Now I'm sitting here listening to myself say it, but I'm also trying to put this down and make sure I don't mess this up and answer your question at the same time. They say you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty much what was going on just now. So, but before I get into a bling class, and I'm sorry, bling party and how to go about doing that, definitely crafty Puerto Rican. I applaud what you've done so far because you have built a channel that will allow you to promote your own product on Etsy or whatever. So your bling templates you can promote yourself because you do have an excellent channel that you can do that on, and you have an advantage with your channel that I wish I had. I tried to have. I asked a friend of mine to help me with in some kind of which way. We never got around to doing it. But you can have a bilingual channel and you can reach an audience that's much bigger than what I can speaking just one language. So you can promote an array of multi-language designs that would benefit your audience and make the money that Etsy isn't letting you make right now. So definitely check that out. I would shoot for your own website and then promote it on your channel and keep pushing it. And one thing's for certain, because the rhinestones are hot right now, as long as you're making videos about rhinestones and you're doing them in 2 different languages, and then you're also showing, templates in other languages, like you did the ones at Borcua, you had a couple of others, that's where you can fit a niche that a lot of us can't get to because we only know one language. Going back to, Pamela Bradley White, granddaughter runs track and making shirts for me, her mother, and her. Yes, track is huge on, again, sports and team spirit. Design with love, also going back to pricing where people will pay, because people don't value your time and they don't. But that's where you have to dazzle them and let them see what they're getting. A lot of times people will pay you for your time and they will value your time if you let them see what their value is. A lot of them think, oh, well, you just at home, you're sitting at home making this, so why should I pay 50, $60 for this rhinestone shirt that says I said what I said, when you're at home doing it and you pressed it at home? I should only have to pay $20. No, ma'am. First of all, these rhinestones are a high quality rhinestones. You're not going to get these rhinestones at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Walmart, for that matter. These have been sourced from a high quality source. So that's off gate. You're not getting some El Cheapo. I shouldn't say El Cheapo, but you're not getting some just low trash rhinestones. You're getting high quality stones. Then second of all, you can't bling a shirt. I can. Hello. So to tell me that what I'm doing is not valuable, a lot of times what you'll find out is those are not your customers. And you're doing better to not service them, because those are the ones that will give you the most headaches and try and get you to charge them less. So you might need to walk away from those. I've had to find that out the hard way as well. Marquita Carr. That's a word for me. I'm disabled, but fear, anxiety, and trust in my abilities are my main problems, along with procrastination. Marquita, and anyone else who is worried about that, keep in mind that a lot of times your biggest supporters will continue to support you even when you're not well, because they already know what you're dealing with and what you're going through. I don't keep it a secret that I have a disability. I don't keep it a secret that I have health issues that prevent me from being able to show up every single time. As much as I want to and as much as I would like to, I don't hide that fact. So if you present yourself as well and able to, you know, do anything in any clutch and I'll be there no matter what, well then you're setting yourself up to have disappointed customers whenever you are sick or are not well. So the ones, if you let them know ahead of time, hey, I want these shirts done. Okay, when are you trying to get them done? Well, I need, a heads up, because there are instances where I may not be well and I may not be able to get this done by that deadline. So you might have to do a deposit type situation where it's like, okay, well, if I don't, I'm buying the shirts, I have it here, I'll get it done. Can I get them done early? Or, work something out where you can still fulfill the obligation of getting the order done, but also make sure they're aware that you have some things that are not within your control. And if that's a common occurrence, then you might not want to take orders that have a deadline. You might want to only take orders where they're like, okay, well, you know what? We understand, just get to it whenever you can. Now, I have customers like that. I do have customers like that where they're like, okay, well, whenever you can get to them, I know you got a lot. I know blah, 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 blah. and they already expect that. You have to be honest and upfront in dealing with business and letting people know, you know, what you got going on. That's why with the buy-in, you sign the information on the buy-in where it says, you agree that your order can take up to 45 days, 30 to 45 days to receive it due to delays beyond my control. That's why we say that, so that you're not blindsided if we have to go 40 days because dang customs is holding the package, or my package is lost, or my package is rerouted to Japan like they like to do. So, you have to be upfront and honest and communicate well as much as you can with your customers. You don't have to give them a heads up every single day about what's going on. Some customers would prefer you do that. But if you're not able to, you're not able to, So just be realistic with them, be realistic with yourself, and be honest. Etsy exposure is based on hashtags and keywords and paid marketing. And I'm sure it is, but if you don't know how to do that, it makes it difficult. So that's another option. There are companies out there that will help you rank on YouTube. There are companies that will help you rank on your website, SEO marketing and things like that. So you may want to consult with a professional, or an expert in all things Etsy, whatever case may be. If you want that bad enough, you can pay people to help you do it. And in a lot of instances, it's worth it. There are, even for YouTube, there are tools out there to help you do better in getting your videos seen and getting subscribers and getting people out there. I know there are some services where you can even pay for subscribers, but for YouTube, that's illegal. And they will ban your channel if they find out you're doing that. Do not put your website on Etsy, because if someone clicks that link for your website, oh, no, no, no. I wasn't saying put your website on Etsy. Put your website on your YouTube channel and promote your website, not put your website on Etsy. That's not what I said. What I was saying is have your own website. TR says, having your own website, I use Shopify, and finding a challenge to not be able to message customers mock-ups that they need to approve for their personalized items. Any suggestions on that? So I don't use Shopify, but in your listing for the items that you are selling, are you not able to put an email in your listing where you can tell them they need to reach out to you to approve a mock-up first? Bubba Bonaparte, thank you so much for signing up as a YouTube member. Holla! Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you very much, my dear. Always a pleasure to have you with us. So let me know if Shopify, like if you can't put that in your like description, so to speak, where they have to contact you in order to um approve a mock-up first before the order is done. How do you measure your rhinestones out to sell to customers? I'm looking to sell some to my customers. So if you're looking to sell, to be 100% transparent and honest to you, with you, what we did was we sat down and we counted out 10 gross rhinestones, 1,440 rhinestones, one by one. Both of us sat there and did that so that we could know what we were dealing with, what we were working with, and how it works. So now that we got a good idea of what 1,440 rhinestones looks like, then you go from there. Weight is not the better option because not all rhinestones weigh the same. Some rhinestones are heavier than others. So in that instance, you can go based on, many other different factors. Just do some research. There are counters out there as well, machines that count small items such as seeds and rhinestones and stuff like that. So there's a number of ways to do it. You just need to figure out the way that's going to work the best for you and getting that done. And then you also have some companies who will sell it to you already pre-measured, and you can just resell it that way. Should I have my heat presses so we can press during the party? I do have my heat press. Oh, the color I'm using, this is Jonquil AB. This is Jonquil AB right now. All of this is Jonquil AB. In SS6, no less. So Michelle, yes, you will. I had one heat press. You don't need multiple. Because I strongly advise against a very large rhinestone party. Because you need to have control over not just your rhinestones, but you need to be able to get to your heat press and work with your party goers at the same time. So if you are running back and forth, no one should be operating that heat press but you, unless you have an assistant that you brought with you. You don't want that liability of a party goer getting burned because they wanted to press their own shirt. I did not allow anyone to press their own shirts. um I had, sometimes my daughter went with me to help, my mom went with me to help, my husband went with me to help whenever I had the parties. So, just one heat press, one, and I was able to manage, and for the most part they were patient, because once they saw that first peel reveal, it was over. I didn't have to worry about anything because the excitement was there, and people were genuinely excited to see their shirts come to life, that they were blinging, and see the be dazzled from all of the sparkle and the bling. That's my favorite part, is the peel reveal. If it weren't for you doing the buy-ins, I wouldn't be able to even do this for myself and my family, let alone make any money at it. So thanks, Eve, from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome, Dottie P. We're just trying to be helpful, because I know how hard it was for me. Honestly, I remember struggling to purchase rhinestones, even trying to purchase them in bulk, and I was still struggling because it still wasn't quite affordable. So I definitely understand. I tried to explain the bling process to someone yesterday who just got a Cricut. She said, "Phew, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of times they don't know to value your time and your energy because they don't know what it takes. So they go and get their own little pressing machine, thinking that they're going to just jump right into it and be able." I had somebody reach out to me and wanted to know about taking the class, and well, if I remember, all you had to do was just iron rhinestones to a shirt. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty offended at first, because I'm like, what you're not gonna do is trivialize the rhinestone process, because I know for a fact it's more to it than just that. But if that's the way you want to think about it, then I can't be mad, because somebody taught you incorrectly. And I can only feel bad for you, because whomever taught you that taught you wrong and set you off on the wrong path to come at me and tell me that I'm doing more than what I should be doing. And I know that's not right. But at any rate, that's a whole nother story. I had to let go of a regular account because she kept trying to lowball my work. That's right. And they're going to eventually walk away anyway and find somebody else. Eventually. Because that's just how folks are. Baby's booty Bugatti or bling. Yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did. I mentioned my stolen bell. Oh, no. I don't remember seeing a stolen bell. Send me an email to thebabysbooty@gmail.com about that, and then we'll see about getting your bell replaced, because I don't remember that. Angela, yeah, it should be, because the last thing you want is Sam coming and ringing your doorbell with the boys in the black vans trying to take all your equipment and your machines because you wasn't doing something right. And it's a sad reality, to get shut down because you're not doing things properly. Um, Especially when in some instances you might be working at a disadvantage already anyway. Hey, Skyline Designs, welcome, my dear. Let me scroll down. Check your local library to see if there are classes that teach Etsy, Shopify, websites for beginners. Also, yes, your local SBA can be a great service, and it is. You're absolutely right. Thank you for that suggestion, Aliana. I appreciate that. GoDaddy and Shopify, yes, but there are some places, like for instance, Square. If I'm remembering correctly, Square has a free store. You can, if you get a Square account, they do have where you can have a free store, because I mean they're already processing your payments. Matter of fact, the company that hosts my website, they have they built my website because they process my payments. So, and I've referred them to you guys, and we're actually planning to have them on at some point to talk to you guys about how all of that works, credit card processing and all that jazz, because they actually keep me compliant with PCI compliant with processing credit cards and handling personal information and all that jazz, which I didn't even realize I needed to be in compliance as a store owner, and you do. So they keep me compliant, where I don't have to worry about any of that. Um, and so what they do is bundle my cost of my stores from my sales. Let's say I'm scrolling down. You're welcome, Michelle. See, keeping it at 10 people. Yeah, 10 people. Honestly, I would start out with something like 8. Just do a small run at first. Your very, very first one. Just get a couple of friends, a couple of family members that like or are interested in bling, and then do a practice run, because you need to divvy up your flock. I'm sorry, not divvy up your flock. You need to divvy up your transfer tape. You need to divvy up your stones. You need to source your tools. You need to get enough brushes. You need to get enough pickup pins. You need to get enough tweezers. You need to get enough scissors, because you will wind up cutting stuff while you're there. You need to source your t-shirts. Where are you going to get your shirts from? Or you might want to do bags at first, because at least with the bags you don't have to worry about sizes. So they can bling a bag, possibly, especially if you're in an area where they are forcing you to get rid of plastic bags. So maybe do bags or hats or something like that. But I would do a very small one and then cut out enough templates where each person can choose between 2 templates, and then go from there. I wouldn't do any more than two templates up to about 10 people, 3 templates up to about 15, 18 people, and then you go up from there. But unless you have an assistant, I wouldn't go too much bigger than that. And let's see where else. How many Aussies do we have in this group? It's so hard to stay motivated here because we don't have the population that home businesses have in the US. And there's some truth to that, but one of the biggest populations that I've seen is the embroidery and crafting group in Australia. It's crazy. You guys are on it. Especially considering, y'all got the spiders of death and stuff there. So you still are able to find time to get in crafting while dodging the spiders and the snakes and stuff, which my hat is off to you, y'all. Bold, brave, beautiful people. Absolutely love it. You got one of my favorite families down there. I love the Irwin family. I raised my children on Steve Irwin. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be, stereotyping anybody or whatever, that's for certain, but no, crafting is major in Australia. I've seen a lot of um embroidery. Woo, no, I did not just do that, y'all. I knew it and did it anyway. My finger is sweaty and I touched that and I knew my finger was sweaty. And I'm steadily making it worse. I'm gonna have to put all this back. But yeah, Australia is awesome. Awesome crowd, awesome group of crafters. It's a lot of you. So I would definitely check a lot of these crafting groups and see who else you got in here. Check in our Facebook group. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Square. You can get a free store with Square. Nursing homes also like to have classes for our seniors too. That is true. That is true. Now, whether or not you can charge for that or not, I don't know. I've never reached out, but they do like to have special activities. And I'm sure the ladies in there would love to have a nice bling shirt. I'm sure they would, especially if they have like a dress up day or something like that. Definitely check that out. Make a design using basement quality stones and one using eaves and show customers the difference. Sheila, that's actually what I did at my bling parties. I did have a display of shirts up with one showing regular hot fix rhinestones and one showing the shirts with the stones I have. And it was, they were in shock and could tell the difference. I said, "You see the difference? This is why." Because you have a couple of people that are like, "My tickets cost this much." Well, yeah, guess what? Look, this is what you're paying for. You're not paying for that. You're paying for this. And they were appreciative of knowing that the quality of what they were getting was so good. And honestly, if you have a store or if you're trying to sell your rhinestones shirts, then yes, I would definitely do that. Find you some little raggedy rhinestones and make a shirt, and then make that same shirt with your bling from the buy-in and let people see that there is a difference. You want to know what you're getting? This is what you're getting. You want to know why you're paying that? This is why you're paying that. And you'd be surprised at how appreciative some folks could be. Vanessa got her stones today. I don't know what's up with me getting mail on Sunday. Guess no one wants to be a mailman woman anymore. I know. It's crazy, but I'm glad you did get them. That is awesome sauce. You have fun with your beautiful bling. That's for certain. Um, you're nervous making shirts for others, Gail. That's why I say, instead of per se, well, let's back up. What kind of shirts? If you're talking about rhinestone shirts, you kind of just make it as if you're making it for yourself, but you that you're show the shirt, like for instance, Patrice had a shirt she was showing earlier today that one of the group members created. It's the sisterhood shirt. So if you made one of those and you posted a picture of that on your Facebook page with you wearing your shirt, or you could post it on, Instagram, whatever the case may be, just something simple. It doesn't have to be fancy with a whole bunch of music and dancing, even though that does draw more attention. But look, go stand out by something pretty, flowers or a tree or blooming. We got a ton of dogwoods, blooming right about now. Go stand near one of those with your blingy shirt on and let people see how pretty the shirt is. And that's where you get your orders from. And so you're not just making shirts and saying, "Hey, come buy this shirt." No, you're making a shirt for yourself, but now they see what that shirt looks like, and it makes them more uh, curious about getting one for themselves made. And a lot of instances, what I found was I would make a shirt, put a picture up, and they wouldn't necessarily want that shirt. They would want, "Hey, I saw this shirt this time, and it said, graduate of the," because I did one. He was like, he wanted a shirt because his daughter was graduating. Matter of fact, it was an ex boyfriend, y'all. I was like, "Oh my gosh, no, this fool is not." And then I was like, well, at least he doing something for his daughter. Ooh, pray for me, y'all. So then I was like, okay, fine. Now this is like 3, 4 years. This is before COVID, so about 4 years ago. And so I made the shirt, and he was appreciative. I'm trying to think, how did I get him that shirt? Because I sure didn't take it to him because I didn't want to. Um, but he got the shirt, and he took a picture of his daughter wearing it. He was happy, she was happy. At the end of the day, we was good. But he saw that I knew how to do rhinestones, and he wanted a graduation shirt for his daughter that says princess graduate or something like that. It had something to do with princess because they had a princess crown on it. So it might bring some folks to your door that you might not want to be bothered with, but if you're making money off of them, hey, whatever. Let's say If I was starting out, what machine would I use? Skyline Designs. You know what I would love to say is the Silhouette. That's what I want to say so bad. But with that Silhouette cutting my rhinestone circles um as ovals, that kind of discourages me from suggesting the Silhouette. But because the software is perfect for rhinestones and creating rhinestone designs, if you ever want to go into that arena and you don't have to worry, like for instance, if you created a rhinestone design and you wanted to sell it, you could do so, whereas with Cricut you can't. They lock you out from being able to share out things that you've made with their software. So, it kind of discourages the ability to create and make money off of it, and or limits your ability to create and make money off of it. And that kind of sucks for, your average creator. So what I would ordinarily say is Silhouette. But if that's not within your budget or within your range, which the Silhouette and the Cricut are comparable, they really are. But I just, again, I'm not sure what the deal is with um them cutting my circles as ovals, man. That's annoying. I wish I could answer that part. So I don't know. I would probably say for ease of use, Cricut, and then just use the Silhouette software. Well, actually, you know what? You're still using the Silhouette software. So at the end of the day, I guess Silhouette would be my answer. I love how we are known for our killer critters. Killer critter. Oh yes, yes, y'all have the killer critters, very much so. And my husband talks junk all the time. You said you're not. No, I'm not going to Australia. Lord willing, I will not set foot in Australia because every one of my fears, which is spiders, live there. I'm not worried about the snakes. I'm not worried about the kangaroo. I'm not worried about none of that other than spiders. Nah, fam. And y'all got like 14,000. Nah, y'all can have it. I'm good with the 12,000 we got here. Let's say showing people the quality and they're getting what they pay for. It does help who prefer quality. That is absolutely correct. That's why when you go in the Swarovski store, they have all that pretty finery out for you to see it. Cash App law that now you can only make 600. No, you can make more than $600 a year. So you're not limited with how much you make. The thing is, if you bring in more than $600 in your Cash App, especially from one specific, no, that's not true. If you're making more than 600 in Cash App, then Cash App is supposed to report you as a 1099, so to speak, that you're making money like a business. PayPal been doing that. PayPal been giving 1099s for their business accounts, no matter how much you made. But Cash App, because so many people were making money under the table and not paying taxes on it, the government caught wind of it. And so the government is like, no, we won't run us our money. Period. Run it now. So if you're not making money in cash under the table, then you can forget it. Whether it's Zelle, no, I think Zelle might be exempt. I'm not sure about Zelle, but I know Cash App, I know Venmo, all those guys are supposed to be reporting now when you make more before it's reported to the IRS, as Maryland brought out. Let's see. If you have a neighborhood store, maybe they could sell your items too. That is a awesome idea. I know that's the case in Charlotte. Well, Indian Trail area, there's a local little coffee shop, and they allow small businesses to list their or post their stuff in their store and make money off of it. Venmo would be another, Sonya, or Zelle. But honestly, Cash App is fine. You just need to keep up with how much money you make. When I made jewelry, I would go to small mom pop shops that sold gifts and asked to display my jewelry, had them displayed around in a few locations. So That is awesome sauce, and that does work. IRS postponed that reporting for another year. We have until 2024 before that reporting starts. Sweet, Danny. Danny got the inside scoop, y'all. Did you know? Danny had the inside scoop. Alrighty, so I got the inside of my shirt saying done. So that leads me to the outside of my shirt, which leads me to the other part of our discussion on making money when you're trying to making money leaving your job or side hustle, how to make that money. Let's go into this other arena that I really wanted to get into, which talking to my daughter tonight kind of brought me to this. So, did you know that it took me all of maybe 6 minutes to make this template? You probably could tell because it wasn't, like perfect. I know there are places in here where I probably could have made it look a little bit better because I'm used to Patrice's perfection and Marilyn's ruler and making things look absolutely perfect, no errors, no issues. So I know I could have done better, but even still, what I was able to accomplish in all of 6 minutes amazed myself. So, oh, you in Charlotte, TC? What's up, neighbor? I'm in actually Gastonia. So this again, 5 to 6 minutes made this template, okay? And I can put this on my website, and y'all might not like it. Y'all be like, I don't like that design. That's trash. I don't even want it. And my feelings wouldn't be hurt because everybody has a what they like and what they don't like. But keep in mind, for the ones who do like it, I could be asleep. I could be at the grocery store. I could be in the shower. I could be filling orders. I could be asleep. Did I said asleep? I'm gonna say asleep again because I sleep a lot. And every sale that goes through is income. Make digital files. If you can learn how to do this, make digital files. It doesn't have to be super elaborate. It doesn't have to be super fancy. It could be just a simple saying. Like Patrice said, you could be on the live blinging with me. I disagree because that's me and Maryland spot and Uni spot. And if Dimps wanted to, Dimps spot. We kind of getting crowded. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. We invite any and all to bling with us. But guess what? Digital files. You don't have to go set up in a store. You don't have to lease space. You don't have to buy inventory. You don't have to, the heat press is on. What? I didn't type that. And that's not you. So who is typing under my own name? That's what I need to know. Did you log into my account? You must have somebody logged into my account because I didn't type that. And I'm in my own darn account. But anyway, as I was saying, yes, the heat press is on. The digital files, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. They're there. They're going to sell and you're going to make money. Okay? You're going to make money. So keep in mind, sometimes what you're doing might not be what you need to be doing. For instance, if you do, let's say, crochet. Well, guess what you can sell without actually having to do any crochet? You could come up with a crochet template, a crochet design, and you can sell that digital file where people are like, OMG, that's super cute. I want to make it too. Or you might do embroidery, and you do embroidery very well. You could learn how to make an embroidery design, or you could learn how to make And in the hoop project or freestanding lace. It's an investment in the software to be able to create it. But sometimes the software investment isn't as much as you think. Like for instance, you could buy something like Wilcom Hatch and pay $1,000 for the software to learn how to digitize. Or sometimes you can just get So What Pro. So What Pro is $79, I think, and you can get So What Pro. I'm sorry, So Art, not So What Pro. So Art is 70 79, something like that. And you can digitize with that and sell the digitized embroidery files. Say for instance, I don't know, you do DTF, you like making shirts, make some shirt designs, sell your shirt designs, sell your SVGs, sell your JPEGs. Just as long as they're not copywritten, there's more than one way to make money. And even if you don't do, because I know for a fact there's one person who digitizes for embroidery but doesn't do embroidery at all, but they make digital embroidery designs. There's more than one way. If you have a laptop, if you have a computer, and even in some instances, even if you have a tablet, there's some things you can do without having to actually physically have to have inventory or something like that. So, that being the case, you could very easily sell digital files in addition to trying to do everything else that you got going on. And who knows, you might need to pay the light bill and might be short on your light bill money, but you done sold enough digital designs that week to pay the light bill. It may not be a whole lot to buy you a brand new Bugatti, but it's enough to take care of a simple bill that you might have to pay. And you didn't have to go anywhere, be anywhere, have any inventory, pay any rent, except for maybe a web hosting fee in order to sell what it is that you have. Passive income is the goal. As TC says, that is an excellent thing, because passive income is just what it is. You don't have to do anything except let it sell. And if it doesn't sell, well, guess what? It ain't, again, unless you're paying web hosting, it's not hurting anything. But if you are paying web hosting, then you definitely want to make enough to at least pay that. But even then, certain designs you just charge enough to where you sell two or three, the website is at least paid for, and you go from there. So definitely look at getting into doing digital designs, which is what my daughter and I were discussing tonight, because now she's interested in making rhinestone templates to add to what we already have on our website, because she's an artist anyway. She loves to draw, and it was a natural fit in my opinion. So between her and now, between Mr. McQuackins and now her, we could have, and myself, we could have more designs available on the website for you guys to use with the rhinestones. But Mr. McQuacken sell a template, I might let him have his money. My daughter sells a template, give her a little bit of change, and she can make a little bit of money. It's passive income. It's a way to make money as well. So don't knock that part of your hustle. Don't think that you have to wake up, you have to show up, because if you're laid flat on your back and you can't get out of the bed because your hips won't let you walk because I've dislocated my hips, then I can lay in the bed and I can work on templates. That's pretty much how that would go down. So I wanted to share that. Actually, the whole point in us going over this whole thing today, in addition to encouraging you, was to let you know, this is a real discussion that I had today. And I was like, you know what? I don't know how many people realize that out of all of the crafts that we all do, there's wait, come on, fam. Oh, Enduring Heart Design. Thank you, Enduring Heart Design. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. uh Craftable Things gifted 5 Babies Booty memberships. Oh, that was sweet. Thank you. I don't know how I'm confused, but it's all right. How do you find the purple bell? The purple bell is on our website, thebabiesbooty.com. If you are a paid member, like for instance, I see names in green. Those people whose names is in green are able to request a bell and get a bell for free. I don't sell them. Each bell is numbered. Each bell is signed by myself and sent to you technically for free, even though you're paying for a membership here on the YouTube channel. So even if you're only a member for 1 month, you can request a bell. But even what I was getting ready to say, it's a new thing. I couldn't wait to try it out. Oh, that's cool. Did not know you could do that. I am very impressed, Patrice. Thank you. We got to talk about that. See, you see what I'm saying? Talking about not knowing about technology. I'm lost with a lot of social media. But don't forget too, like for instance, we got our laser machine. What is he saying? I heard him, but I don't know what he said. Y'all gotta forgive me. I don't have my headset on, so I can't hear him. The bell. I rang the bell. Didn't I ring the bell? I didn't get a bell D. If you requested it within the last month, no, they haven't been mailed out yet. I don't know what he's saying. Oh, here he comes, I think. Are you telling me to not ring the bell for Patrice? That is a ring the bell thing that what did Patrice do? Okay, I'm sorry, Patrice. I gotta ring the bell for you. Patrice, holler! Yes, Patrice. Yes. Child, if I don't do right by Patrice, I get laid out. Did y'all hear that? I know y'all heard that. Digital designs are download dollars, right? So, that's what I was trying to say. If I can remember what I was trying to say. Your the X tool, SVGs for the X tool. You could figure that out. I wish somebody would figure that out because there are designs I would love to have made and I can't figure it out. But like some people will make custom designs, not everybody will, because these designs do take time. Like for myself, I will not do a custom design because I'm not good enough for it yet. I don't think anyway. I will make my own little designs that, fit what I think are decent enough and are cute enough, and I'll, make those, but I don't make them for hire. No, I don't. But there are designers out there, and I refer people to them quite often. My File Addiction, my File File Addiction. She makes custom templates from time to time when she has availability. In our Facebook group, Impressa Mod Anime. So just if you're in our group, she does rhinestone blast sales frequently in our Facebook group, or you can just look up Impressa, EMPRESSA. She does custom templates. There's a lot of people who will do custom templates for a fee. You also can check on Etsy. Some people will do custom templates on Etsy. Fiverr, some people on Fiverr will do custom templates. So you can find people. I know for myself, I don't. Patrice does not. Marilyn does not. So right now, none of us are. Uni is able to do rhinestone designs as well. She will have to let you know whether or not she's available for custom. I don't know, but digital files is definitely a way to go if you can do that and make money. Okay. So some of you say advertising, not knowing how to advertise. Your social media is your friend. You do not have to pay Facebook in order to get your product out there. You just have to rely on native, so to speak, what am I trying to say? Native. You can post pictures. Google how to post ad worthy pictures, I guess. Is I'm trying to think of a better way to put it. And then once I figured get the right way of what I'm trying to say, if you know what I'm trying to say, put it in the chat. If you don't, I'm going to look it up and post it in the Facebook group so that we all can have access to what I'm trying to say. And you can do a Google search that will take you to some YouTube videos on how to get free advertising on Facebook, and even your Facebook marketplace, which is free. You could advertise shirts on there. Like Ryan, oh God, I did it again. Please don't let these stones come out down here, and they are coming out anyway. Oh, good. It was only a couple of them. You can advertise on your Facebook marketplace and sell shirts there as well, and that's free. I would not do Craigslist. Please don't do Craigslist. That's not safe. But at least on Facebook Marketplace, you can on Facebook Marketplace, you can see how long a person has been on Facebook and kind of fill them out to know whether or not they're gonna be safe or not. This is eventually, yes, going to be available in the store. I'm testing it out now to see how it looks, to see if I like the way it looks. Once I press it, and then go from there. Are you allowed to take an SVG and make it into a rhinestone template? In most instances, as long as you have commercial license to use, you can. Now, I would check with the owner of the SVG. So, say for instance, Creative Fabrica, check their licensing and look at the terminology on whether or not you can. Now I know there are ways you can take a PNG, for instance. Like I go onto the royalty free website. This is not big enough. Nope. Almost though. Go onto the royalty free website and get images, which is where the octopus come from. He was from a royalty free website. I can't think of I'm saying the wrong term, but and use that to turn him into a rhinestone file. So in some instances, yes, you can. But you would need to check with the creator of the SVG, whether it be the website it came from or what have you. Let's get it from this side. So, but yeah, this one I intend to put in. Can I post the link for anyone? Yes, Michelle C. For sure. For sure. Please do. That's what we're here for. We're here to help each other and make sure that we have what we need. Whoops. To be a success especially if we're trying for a business, because I know how tough it is and I know it can be done. So that being the case, I'm here talking about all of this so that we can help each other. We're here to help each other. All right, you guys. So it is going on 10:30. I am going to pick these up. And I appreciate y'all talking me through blinging. First of all, weeding my rhinestone template, blinging my shirt. And then we'll get to one of my favorite parts, the peel reveal, and let you see what this SS6 Jonquil AB and SS6 Jonquil. The outline is Jonquil. The inside is Jonquil AB. And let you see what SS6 got going on. Because Patrice hollers about SS6 being the bee's knees. We gonna see if she's right tonight. You putting it in the hoop group as well? I appreciate it. Please be careful with those scissors. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that, Dimps. I really do. Y'all be looking out for a heifer because y'all know I'm clumsy. I got me a purple shirt, even though for whatever reason it looks blue right here. This is royal purple. Why they don't have that right, I love to know, but it's okay. So this is jonquil right here. And the other inside is jonquil AB. But hopefully you'll be able to see the purple in the other camera. You're welcome, Anna Maria. I wish I could. I know poquito, very little Spanish. I would love to be fluent in Spanish one day. But right now, the way my brain's set up, my brain is like, nah, fam, you doing good to know English as well as you do. Because I was an English major. Even though I don't act like it a lot of times. I'm going to bring this down some. That's a little too high for me. A little too high for me. Let's see. Is that crooked? It looks crooked. Bloop. Let's see. It's off center a little bitty bit too. My baby was, and one of my kids was in here earlier. I don't know what happened. I think it needs to go just a smidge more, but all right. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Uh-oh. Yes, honey. That's going to be cute. OMG. Okay. We got one peel reveal for the outside coming. And then we've got a peel reveal coming for the inside. I'm not going to not let you see them both. So I'm going to set this here to protect my table. It's just a piece of wood. And with our rhinestones, you definitely want to peel them hot. The reason why is because the longer you wait, the more this transfer tape is going to stick to the shirt. So here's the peel reveal for jonquil. This is jonquil. Jonquil is like a light gold stone, like pale yellow, light gold. You can use it all kind of which ways, but it's absolutely beautiful rhinestone right here. And so now that we've done that one, let's grab our inside, which is jonquil AB. So this is, I know, Enduring Heart, I know that outline is nice, and it's I like it because it's like, bow, this is a statement. This is, I said what I said. You don't even have to fill it in, because filling it in kind of takes away from it a little bit now that you said that, and I'm looking at it. But I went through all the trouble of brushing all this SS6 in. We finna to put this on the inside anyways. Next time we can do just the outside. So when you get the template, you can either fill it in, or you can leave it without filling it in, because you can ungroup it and all that jazz and do what you need to do to make it what you want. All right. Nope. Right here. I want this to be like that. Boom. She said slightly useful. All right. So now we got a peel reveal coming for the jonquil AB. OMG, this jonquil AB is where uni at? Bussin'. Absolutely beautiful. So this is SS6, you guys. Patrice has me fooling with SS6 rhinestones. And as long as I can get the template to cut like it's supposed to, I guess. We'll see here in a minute once we do this second peel reveal. Is it worth it? And this shirt, what did Patrice say? Patrice said what she said. Peel reveal. What do you think? Is SS6 worth it? If you think the SS6 is worth it, put it in the chat. Put your thumbs up in the chat. This is jonquil and Jonquil AB SS6. All of it. The outline is SS6. The inside is SS6. And now notice, look at this. Look. Somebody come and look at this. You see that? See how it looks lighter than the outline? Can you see that? See how it looks lighter than the outline? It looks lighter than the outline because that's the AB doing that. But once you lay it, see how it's different? Look at that! Look, dag nabbit. I can't even speak. Can't even speak. Look at them lights twinkling. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Now, so you see how this is twinkling like that in the lighter color, but the outline looks static like gold? That's because the outline is the jonquil. But when you turn it certain ways, like right there, boom, look at how that all blends in and looks exactly the same. That's because from this angle, you're seeing the jonquil in the jonquil AB. But when you bring it up, now you're seeing the AB reflected and the jonquil stays the same in the outline. Come on, fam. Look at all that. You can take this to the pawn shop. Get you some money off of this shirt. Wear this shirt. Wear a shirt with this, with some attitude or something, and tell me you can't make money off of that shirt. Wear that shirt out. And I done got something on my darn shirt. God told me can't wear my shirt with something on it. What did I get on my shirt? I don't know what that is. Something off the heat press. There we go. Something was on the heat press. I'm gonna have to check and see what that was. All right, y'all. So let me come over here for the last. We'll show you the shirt over here on this camera and let you see how it looks over here on this camera, because this camera, and then y'all know how we got to do. We got to get the lights to be just right so that you can see all this super blingy bling and let you see what that really looks like. Sorry, had to get a drink of water because I was about parched. Hilarious, Connie people. I don't know. So y'all think it's worth it? Y'all think that SS6 is where it's at? Was Patrice telling the truth? I don't know. I got to think about it. All right. Let me get the camera switched over so that y'all can see this shirt over here on this camera, which, where's my light switch thing? There it is. And then we got a shimmy. We got a shimmy with the shirt, just like Marilyn says. All right. Did I bring my... Sorry, I didn't even bring things for me to change the camera. Hold on. There we go. All right, y'all. Settings. Stream cam. Boom! Oh, oops. That was in the way. That kind of like totally took away from it. Holler! What did I say, y'all? What did I say? I said what I had said. I said what I had said. Thank you, Sharon Davenport. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you. You have a good night, too, because I know you got to get up super early. What y'all think? Let's do it right. Let's do it right. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let me mess with you. Ooh. Look at all the bling. So you see how turning this way, you see that? You see that AB busting up in there? But right here, you can still see the jonquil in the AB. But you turn a certain way, now you see the AB instead of the jonquil, and then face on, you see that jonquil. Let it mess with you. Let it mesmerize you. You know you want some of this bling because this that baby's booty bling. It's that finer thing, honey. It's that finer thing. Yes, it is. I said what I said. I love it. Patrice, I think you're right with this SS6 girl. I hate to say it. God almighty, because you know I'm a SS10 chick. Don't have me cheating on my SS10s. This is a darn shame. but I had to say it. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. There's 20 more minutes left. If you got any questions, let me know. The buy-in is ending tonight. The buy-in is ending tonight. So at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So that's going to be 3 a.m. for me. I'm going to be up. I'm going to be exhausted because I've been working all day, but I got to stay up. I know I have a hard time cutting the SS6 too, but if you turn your blade up just a little bit, turn your settings up a little bit, that should help. Get a new blade. Don't cut your SS6 with an old blade. Cut your SS6 with a new blade and try it then. But keep in mind the buy-in ends tonight. And your opals, this is the last chance you're going to get for your opals. Because after sitting there thinking about it and counting it, if we did the opals in the next buy-in, it wouldn't be here in enough time for the spring going to be over with. So how many stones? Ooh, Father, no, you didn't just ask me that. I didn't write it down. I didn't write it down. But I can look and see. It don't take me but a minute to look and see. It won't take long. So definitely if you're interested in the buy-in, because the Jonquil and the Jonquil AB is definitely in the buy-in. So if you're interested in that, you might want to take advantage of that, because otherwise, after the buy-in ends, it goes back to buy now. Someone earlier asked me in Patrice's live, actually, if I could combine their buy-in with their buy now, and I can't. The reason why is because at this exact stage in shipping out the buy-in orders, I'm trying to get those orders out the door as fast as I possibly can. And I cannot pay attention to the names on the orders or the addresses on the orders or anything like that. All I see is the date the order is placed. It needs to get out my house, period. So I don't really, take the time to look like that, which is why it's super important that you make sure that your addresses are correct and stuff like that, because even like in one instances I corrected the address but it didn't correct. So that's why if the address isn't right, I'll be canceling the order, because I need you to correct your mailing address, not me correct it, because sometimes me doing it on my end doesn't work, which is annoying, but it also protects me. Let me see. I think this one will give me the totals. Let's see if it'll give me the totals. If it doesn't, okay, hang on. Let me double click. On the inside, the Jonquil AB. Ooh, y'all, that is a fool. On the Jonquil AB part, not the outline, you're looking at 2,800 stones, almost 2,900, 2,870. So 2,870 SS6 stones, which is why SS10 usually fares very well, because it's less stones. But at any rate, 2,870. And then for the outline, it is 1,419. I can't do that kind of math in my head. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let's do calculator, because I know 2,870 plus, what did I just say? 1,419. You're looking at a grand total of 4,289 rhinestones. 4,000. Look, 4,289 little twinkling lights on this shirt. 4,300 stones basically is on this shirt. Thank you, Kevin Moore and EJ's daughter, for being members. Woo! 6 months, 27 months. 6 months, 27 months. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Tammy King, Craftable Things, does have a video. She also has a class. So We do need to work on getting our class. We have a class on she said make it an SS10. First of all, Kawana. Look, y'all. We love y'all. Can you soften it a little bit and say, can you please make that in an SS10? I might be willing to think about it. Make it in an SS10. I'm not making nothing. I did good to make this. I ain't gonna lie to you. And honestly, I did make it in SS10. I did not like the way it filled in nor the way it looked. So that's why I actually did SS6, because the SS6 just presented better to me. It's not like I can't make it in SS10, but it takes time. And right now, I'm pretty sure y'all would much rather me be filling orders than to be making rhinestone designs, even though this one only took me, like I said, about 6 minutes, give or take 1 minute. But right now, I won't be making another rhinestone design. So if I put this in the store, it's gonna be just like this because I don't have time. I need to get these orders out. How would you price the shirt with so many stones, Jay Mosby? That's a great question. And it is one that I answer in detail in my beginners class, which the link is in the description for the beginners class. If you're interested, it is not a trivial thing. You don't just buy rhinestones and just cut templates and just brush in stones and just press them and then you're done. There's a lot that goes into rhinestones, and I don't want you to be a uneducated and uncultured rhinestone connoisseur. I need you to be, the elite of the rhinestone procurer and learn what it takes to do rhinestones effectively and properly. So we have a class that teaches you everything from the beginning to the end of the actual rhinestones themselves, in addition to how to cut the templates properly, how to size them properly, and how to prepare everything properly to have a successful outcome in doing your rhinestones. That link is in the description below. If you want to just throw some stones on a shirt and wing it and make it happen, okay, fine. You ain't got to take the class, but don't be surprised that your results don't turn out like ours. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. But as far as pricing them, we pretty much base it on supplies and the amount of stones, because of course not every design have the same amount of stones, and you really need to be considering that. In addition to the amount of stones, you need to know the pricing of the stone itself, because right now this is jonquil and jonquil AB, but had I used pink opal, you best believe this shirt would have been 3 times more, well, 2 times more than what this shirt is, because the pearl pink opal stones are very costly. So you have to price according to the materials and stuff that you're using. And I do charge based on the stones. Yes, you can post the beginner class link. You definitely can. Gail, did I send you your class kit yet? If I didn't, that will be on the way between Monday and Tuesday. I gotta get these buy-in orders out. Gotta get them out. Gotta get them out. So sorry, we don't plan to do. Don't see the blue steel in the chipper set. It's there. I've seen it. I filled the order. So it's got to be there. I'll check though. I thought I knew all the basics of rhinestones, but took the beginners class last week and was so glad I did. Found out quite a few things I did not know. Miss Floyd, that is the case with a lot of folks. They don't realize what all goes into rhinestones. They don't know. But we want you to be cultured. We want you to be elite in knowing your stuff, so that when you go to your customers, they will know that what they're getting rather, is the finer thing, that they're getting your expertise and your knowledge. It's not just, oh yeah, this is some stones on some shirts. Yeah, no, you're going to be able to give them appropriate terminology. You'll be able to explain to them how and why the light reflects and refracts off of these stones the way they do, because I explain all of that into detail. We go into the science behind it and we go into the facts about it, so that you're not just saying, whatever. Not necessarily the stitching studio. Not necessarily. Because again, now you're talking about a smaller stone. So the price would be a little bit different. The pricing structure would be a little bit different. Yeah, you gotta price with the stones because you'll cheat yourself if you don't. Now, SS6s, because they are smaller, their pricing structure is different. But if you're doing all SS6, then yeah, we need to revisit the cost. Now, that is based on SS10s. That is based on SS10s. Okay, so I took the beginner class in the summer and still looking back at the video, it was very informative. Love the kit items too. Thank you, Simone. I know I need shades on, Miss Davenport, and I don't have any on right now. Make it what Marilyn says. Scroll down toward the bottom of the selections in the ice chipper. It is down towards the bottom. Thank you, Miss Marilyn. I appreciate your help and your expertise guidance. But yeah, that blue steel is definitely there. It is definitely there. So you guys, I'm exhausted. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have been working since early this morning. I think we got started. As a matter of fact, I got started honestly at 3 a.m. to send out the newsletter. If you didn't get your newsletter, check your spam. Newsletter did go out. But even if you don't see it in your spam or in your email, the link is in the community tab here on YouTube, and the link is on Facebook for the newsletter, letting you guys know the buy-in is ending. And guess what? Guess what? I almost forgot. There's something super cool in the newsletter. There's a link that I really want y'all to click on in the newsletter and give me your input, because every 7 days we're going to look at your input and we're going to act on your input. What am I talking about? I don't know. Click the newsletter and find out. And you better not spoil it for everybody else if you know what I'm talking about. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to the interaction that we're going to get from it. And it's all going to take place in the Facebook group. But you got to click the link in the newsletter to let me know what your input is. So definitely check out that newsletter. And please participate if you can, if you want to. I mean, you ain't got to, but it would be fun to see what you guys come up with. And I'm very excited about it. So every 7 days, we'll do a new round of whatever it is. And you'll see all the details about how it's going to work out in the newsletter. So if you haven't read that newsletter, please do so. It's in the description, not in the description, it's in the community tab here on YouTube. Or you can head over to Facebook and click the link there, or check your email. It should be an email from Eve. Pretty much that's what it is. An email from me, but it's the newsletter. So I had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. Thank you for letting me craft and bling some Jonquil AB and some Jonquil. The buy-in ends tonight at midnight Pacific time. So if you wait till the last minute and all of a sudden your cart is gone and it disappears, please don't be too sad, because I warned you ahead of time multiple times in the newsletter, all that jazz. Tomorrow, if you send me a message and I don't respond right away, is because I am busting my tail to finish these orders. Okay, please understand that. Please, please, please understand. We're getting the orders out, and I want every last one of them suckers gone. Do you hear me? So if I don't answer, it's because we are packaging orders. We're packaging orders. We're getting those things the heck up out of here. Then after I'm done getting those orders out, I have class kits that I've got to put together and mail out. So it's going to be a really busy next 2 days for me, but definitely between tonight and tomorrow, I'm closing out the buy-in, reopening the buy now, and then we're going to be mailing out packages tomorrow. I'm going to be exhausted, y'all. I hate to tell y'all that, but I am. So, but I still appreciate you. I love you. I value your support, and I more than ever value your time and your trusting us with your bling. So thank you so much. And we are here for you as you are starting your journey and making money with your business. If you ever have any questions, please post them in the Facebook group. Myself or any of my other fellow constituents will answer your questions. If you rather me answer your question or whatever, just wait. I'll read the post and get to it. If I don't get to it right away, somebody will bring it to my attention. Trust me. But eventually I'll get to it. Emails right now are swamped. So I don't know if you want to email it, but you know that's how it goes. But at any rate, thank y'all so much. I enjoyed it. And until the next time, we want you to have some happy, shimmery blinging. Holler. I ain't mean to like just be shaking boobs and stuff, but I mean it's a fact for what it is. But you know what I'm saying. It'll be all right. Y'all have a good night. That's all I'm gonna say. Have a good night. Bye.